Hey guys, Sean here from Comic Reviews and Acts, and today I will be reviewing Green Lantern issue number 18. So let's get on with the review, shall we? So yeah, I'm going to start off with issue 18 because, well, of a few technical difficulties that I've had. But anyway, that's for me to know and everything like that, and let's get straight into the actual review. Now, hopefully you've been keeping up to track with the actual Green Lantern storyline so far, story arc. In short, it's actually Sinestro. Well, Hal got kicked out. Sinestro brought him back. Guardians tried to kill Lanterns by creating Third Army. The first Lantern was the power cell for that Third Army. The Lantern escaped, thus the Third Army shut down. Sinestro and Hal went to fight Blackhand, and now they're trapped in his ring. In short, that's what it is. So let's get straight into the comic review. And here we have Wrath of the First Lantern Part 5. And on the front cover, I actually quite like it. I really do. I mean, it's it's strange seeing Hal and Sinestro work together. Really is. But it's nice and refreshing at the same time. They kind of formed a little relationship. I mean, just a few comics back, when Hal and Sinestro were trapped by the Sinestro Corps, and Hal was going to ask Sinestro a question: were we ever? It's one of those things of you kind of think, were we ever friends, kind of thing, and it's really nice. It really was. But yeah, let's get into the comic. So it opens up with Hal kind of talking to himself about what it is what they do. It's his job, and he kind of queries where he is. And they quickly realise that they're in the land of the dead, and who meets them but Simon Bars? Because Simon Bars, after he got his ring, went to fight Blackhand, and he got trapped in the ring just like they did. And he's questioning, is he dead? And they're all saying, no, you're not dead. You're still quite alive, hence why you've still got your ring in here. And he meets both Sinestro and Hal. And Sinestro tries to take the ring off him. And then, as he's trying to take the ring off him, Simon Bars is fighting it, saying, trying to make it. And Sinestro just stops it all because the ring can't hurt the actual creators because it's his ring. And then Simon Bars shoots Sinestro. And it's all very Sinestro. But you know he won't be dead. It's Sinestro. And then Blackhand is there fighting away the Guardians. And then, as you know, a tree comes down. And then he's fighting him. Then he goes back into the actual ring itself. Now, I quite like this, how this is actually quite a little scenario. If you've not been reading up to date, it's kind of like a love triangle with this ring. It's currently Simon Bars's, but it was originally made by Sinestro. Which Sinestro crafted a ring out for Hal to be a lantern again, which was under Sinestro's control. But Hal managed then, by thinking of the purple lanterns, got control over Sinestro's ring. And then when they got trapped, they fused rings back again, put their own personal message to find someone who's halfway between them both, hence why Simon Baz got stolen. So that ring is technically Sinestro's, but it's half and half. Yeah. Big triangle between that ring. So, yeah, carries on, and Sinestro wakes up, and fight goes up and spreads the word with Volthoom, who is the first Lantern. And it's literally just kind of all talk and everything like that between Sinestro, Hal, and Simon Bars. There's a lot of talking here. It's like reading an episode of Star Trek, or the politics that goes into it. And when Hal notices the tattoo in Simon's arm, says, what does it mean? And Simon Bars says it means courage. And the ring kind of activates. Hal's ring activates. And the ring's kind of going towards Hal so that Hal can escape. And then just as the ring is about to choose Hal, Sinestro intervenes. And I was like, no, it's my ring. And the rings kind of can't choose. It's Hal, Sinestro, Hal, Sinestro, Hal, Sinestro, Hal, Sinestro. and it's trying to choose. It really is trying to choose. And then in a moment of this is kind of a cheap shot here. So just so that Sinestro can get the ring, Sinestro makes Hal scared about Star Sapphire. Carol makes her scared, so the ring then chooses Sinestro. Kind of cheap shot, and then it goes back with Simon Bowser and Sinestro on the outside now, fighting the first Lantern. And then it goes back onto the inside. And who's on the inside now? But Blackhand. So they've switched places. And then Hal's like, kind of, how can I escape? How can I escape? Why can't I try on his ring? And it's like, because, well, you still have a foot in the land of the living. Hence why he gets electrocuted there. And Hal then questions, well, what if I don't? And that's where the comic ends. I mean, it was a good comic. It really was. I enjoyed it. I really did. However, it was a bit slow-paced for me. I mean, it picked up a little bit towards the end, but up until that point, it was kind of boring. It was hard to keep my interest, especially with everything being so black. I mean, I understand the trapped in the land of the death and everything, but it was just all so black. I mean, it was done well, don't get me wrong. You could see the detail on everyone's faces and everything like that. It was done well. It just, I personally found it boring in a sense. And that's kind of where I'm going to finish off with that comic. And I suppose that's kind of my views on it. I mean, it's definitely worth a read. It really is. That is, I'd encourage anyone to have a go and pick it up. I mean, just look at that cover. I mean, it's pretty damn awesome. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave off that comic there. So in saying all that, I would give this issue, I don't know, let's have a quick review, or just a recap. So we have decent art, very decent art, I would say, in my own opinion. Others may disagree, but even though it was a lot of black, I think they managed to do it very well. Story was a bit dead for me. It was very diplomatic, very Star Trek-y, and I'm just not that kind of fan. But other than that, I did enjoy it. So I'd give this issue, I'd probably say a good 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10, so that's where we're going to leave that. And I shall see you next time for my next review. So try for now. And if you want to be part of the CRAA-Nation, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on the Facebook. See you all next time. Goodbye from Comic Reviews and Dax.